Hi there. This is the last personal project that I've been working on. It's a 3D reconstruction of the Ludgolin city of Diablo 2, and I would like to show you this time lapse of the tavern creation. As this is going to be a big project and I don't have much spare time, I decided to make this in a particular way by mixing vertex paint, modular design, and specific texturing for specific objects. I enjoy the texturing process, but what I need right now is to build things as fast as possible. So I'm making this in that way because I think that specific texturing can be the most time-consuming task. And in this way I can texture the objects inside the engine. And also I can add specific textures if needed. Well, I don't want this video to be too long, so the time-lapse is going to be really fast. But anyways, I'm gonna upload a slower time-lapse in case you are interested in something particular. So let's begin.
I started to make the different models of the building. And sometimes I like to model and do the unwrap at the same time, so I set up a couple of quick materials, making the process more dynamic and less tedious. At this point I made the walls, the side door, the columns and so, and then I started to test the general shape of the building so I can check if the blocks fit properly. Here I made a quick cloth simulation and sculpted it a little bit, but nothing fancy. Maybe I should sculpt it in detail and give it a proper normal map in the future, as it looks a bit flat right now. Once I had the main shape and assets enough, I decided to start bringing the models to the engine, so I created another file just with the final single models ready to export. But at this point, auto-reimporting was a pain in the neck because it wasn't working at all, and I thought it was a bug or something, but it wasn't. So if you are using Unreal Engine, you should take in consideration that you have to export your model directly to the content folder to make it work properly. The key here is to have a master material and work with its parameters and instances in order to make all easily tweakable. I had a master material built, but it was a bit complex and difficult to handle, so I decided to make another from scratch. As you can see at the left, I have some parameters to assign the different textures, adjust the color, saturation, roughness, specularity, and so on. Then it's a matter of creating different material instances. If you need some specific parameters for a different object or whatever, definitely it's a very comfortable way to work with. Here, I'm using AwesomeBump to generate some height and normal maps. It's an open source map generator, and I think it's powerful enough and a good alternative to CrazyBump, Nald, or any other, so if you want to check it, I will leave the link in the description. And here's the most interesting part. I set up the material to have different properties, taking in consideration the vertex color, so here's where the vertex paint comes. As you can see, you can add some variation for each object by painting its vertex with different colors. For the first texture, I created a height map to control the way in which the second texture is mixed. So, for example, the sand over the wooden planks becomes more realistic. Here I took advantage of the blueprint system, which is kind of prefabs in Unity, in order to attach lights to the lamp models. For the glowing effect, I set up the material to boost the emissive color. I mean, multiplying the value over 1 generates that glow effect. Here I took the fire particle system that comes with Unreal and started to tweak his values in order to fit with the pyres and the fireplace. For the embers of the fireplace, I decided to make it in a procedural way instead of sculpting, as it wasn't that important. What I only needed is a normal map and a height map to make the black areas glow, as you will see later. So that's all. I hope you found it useful, and if you have any questions, just let me know in the comments. Bye.